31:26. 31:26. That's going to be my prediction. Race day today, so I'm just out on a warm up, getting ready for the 10k. It's about 25 past 8, and the race is off at 9 o'clock. So I'm on the fabulous Newcastle quayside. I haven't run along here for a while. I think last time was when we did a 5k pushing Drew in his wheelchair. That day, 18-19 minutes I think we were, so hopefully I'm a little bit quicker than that going through 5k today. But no, I'm feeling good. Looking forward to it. And yeah, quietly confident in what he can do. I did wake up feeling a bit iffy this morning, a funny tummy, but generally think it's just nerves. I haven't done it in a long time. But yeah, I'll get out. First kilometre, not too fast, and I'll just settle into my running. As part of my warm up, I'm just going to do a mile at just under threshold pace. So that should get the body moving well. So hopefully that first few k doesn't feel too fast. The run through Newcastle 10k done. Mixed emotions on that. I think it was about 13th, 14th, something like that, and just outside 31:06. So well inside my prediction, but I feel like I had a 30 something clocking in me, 30:55, 30, or getting into 31. Bit frustrated because I was 15:30 at halfway, so I was bang on 31-minute pace. I just needed to come home strong, but I think what did it, first mile 4:39, it killed me. Absolutely stupid, but it felt comfortable. I didn't want to start looking at my watch every k, so I just ran, and it felt comfortable. I was just on the back of the group, and I genuinely thought they've all gone off quite slow because it felt so relaxed, and I was thinking I shouldn't be running with these guys feeling easy because they're all sub 30 guys. But here's what it is. I coped well. Heart rate redlined a bit in the first couple of miles, then I backed off. I recovered, and then I picked up a little bit again, so I'm pleased I managed to recover. So yeah, kind of kicking myself I didn't get the pacing right on that, because kind of before the race I'd convinced myself if I can just try and average 3:05s, that'll get me the sub 31 clocking, so it's like 4:57, 4:58 average, and I could have done that. I've just gone off a bit more conservatively, but it is what it is. Kind of just call it lack of race practice. Ironically, my last ever race was on the quayside here, Bridges at the Time 5 mile, where yeah, that was the last one in August 2016. And then obviously since then I've done some park runs and stuff with Drew, the marathon, but I haven't run anything where I've just put myself on the line and aim to run as hard as I possibly can from the gun. So yeah, been a long time, nearly 10 years. So I'm proud of myself for getting back on the start line and doing that. Initially I didn't want to run, generally didn't, that's honest. I emailed my coach and said, I'm in 31:20 shape, I don't need a race to show you that, so can we just carry on with training? And it's weird when you spend all these years running at the front of races, you I turned up to a race thinking, well, I've got a chance of winning it. Obviously, apart from like big ones like World European Championships or like a big city race where there's a ton of Africans, but anything domestic, I'd always stand on the start line and think I've got a chance here. If I run it right and things go my way, I can win. And today was different. I wasn't stood there thinking I can win this because I knew I wasn't fit enough, and that's frustrating and hard to deal with. It's difficult to explain. I guess the ex-runners out there will get that and maybe relate to that. So I'm proud of myself for standing on the start line and just getting it done. I put down a little marker and I think now I'll look towards maybe the Middlesbrough half marathon at the beginning of March. That's a nice one to do going into London Marathon. So when the real marathon block will be starting fairly soon, so it's good to just test myself and see where I'm at. Now I've just got to look forwards and just be happy that I'm healthy and able to race and train and push on to London Marathon now. I'm just jogging back down to the finish. My mate who I came with, Michael, he was running and he swapped from the B race to the A race because he wants to break 40 minutes, so I'm jogging back to find out how he got on. So fingers crossed he got his sub 40 clocking. So I'm about an hour in on today's long run, aiming to do maybe like 15 miles, about 7-minute mile pace. So just getting out and getting it done. Busy day today, so football matches with the boys, and then Newcastle on TV as well, so wouldn't mind watching them, and then a few other little jobs to do. So I thought I'd get out early and get it done, so I was out the door before 8:30. I mean, some people won't say that's early, but that's early for me for running. Well, that was an eventful 5 minutes. Just plodding along and see a dog bolting towards me, just a little puppy, and the owner screaming from the field with his other two dogs, shouting, grab it, which I tried and failed. So I turned and I ran after it and ended up chasing it for about 1 kilometre, or maybe just under, but uphill. Not what I needed. But the poor thing was just running home, it was scared, and it just ran straight to its front door. Thankfully the guy's wife was there. He said a bird watcher had walked in the field with a big tripod and the dog got scared for some reason and just ran off. I was worried he was going to get run over. Ran across a busy road, weaving in and out, but thankfully before 9 o'clock on a Sunday, not much traffic. But there's my good deed done for the day. And an unexpected hill rep. So racing's funny. I've done a lot of 10k races over the years, but it's been a long time since I've done one. I used to generally run my races, I'd go to the front and I'd push it. That's kind of how I like to run. And Dick, slow down. I'd push the pace, or I'd be on the leader's shoulder waiting to really make a hard move. Obviously now, going into races, I'm not the fittest, I'm not the fastest, I accept that. So you've got to run the most economic race as you can, running your first mile the fastest of the race. Well, that's not being economical. So if I'd backed off on that first mile, maybe went through closer to 5-minute pace, maybe a shade under, I'd have been 20 seconds further back after a mile, but my second, third and fourth mile wouldn't have been as slow, and after 4 miles I probably would have been further up the road and running a little bit better. But it is what it is. I mean, I've got to look at it. I had some time in the bank, I had some time to lose over those middle few miles, and proud of how I rallied, because I had to really back off, and I can see it in my heart rate data. I went out quick, heart rate went really high at a heart rate I probably couldn't sustain. It was 5k effort, it wasn't 10k effort. So I had to back off, bring the heart rate down, get my body under control, make sure my legs weren't full of lactate, and then rally and really get that effort where I could find a rhythm I could sustain. And obviously with that tiredness in the legs from the first mile, that effort I can sustain is always going to be a little bit slower than what it would be had I gone off easier. And that's where your way of running a paced race comes in. I did it bad, I learned from it, and I'll try not to do it again, but it's easier said than done when you're running along in the first mile thinking I'm really comfortable, and then your watch beeps. And that's another thing, I'll be turning alerts off my watch because my head slowed me down rather than my body. Saw the beep, looked, or heard the beep, sorry, I looked, mile was too quick, and then immediately thought I need to back off, I'm running too quick, and then I started to feel more tired. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have got tired at that pace, it was inevitable, but the mental side of it came into play as well. So that's why I hate running with a watch or time showing. So I only did it for the heart rate data, so definitely next time I'll be turning the auto laps off. So my prediction wasn't actually that far out. I know I made the prediction before Tuesday's session, and then after the session I was thinking I might actually go a little bit quicker after that because I felt good at those faster paces on the 6-5 4-minute efforts. And I kind of based that prediction on the 10k I did, the 5k effort I did New Year's Eve. It kind of all pointed towards that sort of region. Plus my Strava prediction was 31:45. So I thought, not having that, I'm going to beat that. But then after Tuesday's session, it jumped down to 31:29, 31:28. So it's actually, Strava agreed with me. But then, obviously on race day, went out quite hard and aggressive and went through 5k 15:19, which put me in good stead. So I had a lot of time to play with. And then to come home 31:10, delighted with that really. Gotta be, it's a good position to be in, something to build on, especially knowing there's probably a little bit more in there, running the race the right way and getting some more training in the bank. That always helps. And then actually, to show how rubbish the Strava predictions are, I've run the 10k, my Garmin ran over distance, so it's not like it's come up short. And look at my time, it's not as fast as what I actually ran, so it's laughable. And come Middlesbrough half, I should have my upgraded shoes, but then I've spotted the new Pumas are coming out. They're dropping some fast R3s, but whether or not I can get a pair of them, who knows, because they were like gold dust last time. But they're bringing out the Nitro Elite 4s, which look a great shoe, 20 grams lighter than the Elite 3s that I ran the race in. So looking forward to trying those out. Hopefully get a pair soon. And even though they aren't out yet, saw a guy wearing them at the 10k yesterday. He was just outside 30 minutes. Stupid me, I have no idea what's going on in the world, but he was he's off YouTube. Ben is running, he's called. Seemed a really nice, pleasant guy. Had a bit of a chat. Seemed fairly complimentary on the shoes, so it was good to see him running a personal best in them. He said he was off to Rotterdam Marathon next, so best of luck with that, Ben. Hopefully the shoes carry you to a personal best. Before I go, I thought I'd share with you a little website I built. So for those of you who don't really know, I'm a web designer by trade, so create anything digital online. And I built a website this week, or last week, because I was trying to find a race. Looked through the calendar and couldn't find one place that would comprehensively list everything. I was jumping from site to site. And I mean, yeah, there's some good ones out there, but they don't include everything. Why can't there just be one place that includes everything? So I bought racecalendar.co.uk and then sharpened my tools and got busy and built a website which grabs the data of all the races around the UK. So I think at any one time there's about 2,200 events on there, and as each day passes all the events disappear and then new events appear as organisers are adding them to their websites. So I've managed to troll around the internet, find some various sources, put everything in there, and put some user-friendly, most importantly, user-friendly filters on there, so you can search by postcode and a radius from there. You can search by month, you can search by distance, you can search by region. Everything's on one page, and it's an endless scroll. Just go down, load more, and you just filter out what you don't want. So I'm hoping people like it and people start to use it, because I think it's a good tool out there. It was fun building it, really enjoyed it, so I can get back to proper work again. That was a nice distraction for last week. But have a look, see what you think, and it'd be nice to get some feedback on it and where I can improve the site, maybe make it better. I mean, I've built it for you guys, and I've built it for the running community to just use as a tool to find the next race. You click on it, you go to the organiser site or the entry site, and then go from there.